America and all other lands that may be watching this. It's me, Tasty Quiche, and this will be my last video diary as far as the trip goes. On my way back home, I would lift up my sunglasses, but I am utterly exhausted and haggard looking and all that. And it's so funny because I made my way back to Berlin so I could get my flight back tomorrow, and rented a bike, and I just went and I found myself back at the Berlin Wall, right back where it all started. So I'm on the other side today, looking at the inside of the wall. So I decided to take a moment, sit in this field, this beautiful field with nice grass, and talk to y'all. That last part of the trip, I went to London and Manchester. And I have to say, I've been to London before. You know, it's kind of like New York, but not. They have their own things going on. But I like the hustle and bustle. I like a nice, fast city, you know? I like a city like I like my women, fast and loose. Anyway, I just like a busy city. And I gotta say, man, you know, just this whole trip, and especially the London and Manchester part, you know, I was hosted by, I want to give a shout out to Tayo in London. She's one of the travel group No Madness members, and she just opened up her home to us. I went, and she was just so cool. And it's so crazy when people treat you, you know, people that you don't even know like that treat you better than family, man, you know. So I just want to give her and her sister a shout out. I want to give all the, you know, people that I met up with. I went to Jazz Refreshed. It was like a crazy huge meetup. I got some motivational words from Cecilia Stalin. She's a fantastic singer. You know, we were discussing some things, and I learned a lot on this trip about myself, about what I'm ready to do, what I've been holding on to that I probably shouldn't have, and that's okay, you know, because even if you're holding on to some shit that you shouldn't have held on to so long, that means you weren't ready for the next thing, you know. I think I'm ready for the next thing, so I'm letting go. It's very hard for me to do that, but anyway, we don't have to talk about that right now. But I learned, you know, I learned some shit. I learned some shit about myself. I learned some stuff about people just helping other people. And just London was a great experience. You know, I got to see my friend Gabby, and she was just doing her work at ITN, and which is a news network out there. And I'm just proud of my people. I'm proud of my people. That is all, you know. Took a tour of the studio. I'll have some photos up later. And then I went off to Manchester to kind of like finish this trip off. I had my last weekend in Manchester with my friend Carolyn. And she was actually a person that we met at Bonfire, which is, if you don't know me, and that little movement, that's a show that we had in New York, an event. She came from Manchester and came to our event, and we just stayed in touch. And she was just so kind and awesome, and I just learned so much about British culture, Manchester, London. I want to also give a shout out to homeboy Sandman for hooking me up with Jenny. Jenny invited me into her home. You know, I had a family meal with her and her daughter. It was fantastic. I just felt really. I think this was part of the trip where I felt the most warm, fuzzy. You know, like warm and fuzzy, loved. Home, at home. You know, when people make you feel at home. So I really took that to heart, and it helped me to get some things straight in my mind as far as what I'm gonna do when I get back to New York. And that's how life should be. You know, you should be ready to make some big changes when you're away from the things and you can think and you're outside of yourself. So, you know, when that happens, you should be ready to change. So I'm back at this giant wall that used to separate all these people from each other. In a giant field of grass, and it's beautiful, and I'm going home to a new life. It might not look new to you on the outside, but I'm doing some things, and I'm getting myself together to be a better Tasty Quiche. I love you for listening. I will have videos from all the different people that I met in all the different places. I'm going to try to do a video a day or a video every other day, because there's so many fantastic people, and I just want to just pay homage, because this trip wouldn't have been the way it was without them. Shout out to Adam from Jazz Refresh. Shout out to Johnny and the guys at Morpheus Soul. Oh, so many shout outs, so little time. Again, love you for listening. This is Tasty Quiche, and I'm out. Sometimes you gotta follow the signs. And after I did that post, I saw this. I'm gonna zoom in. You see that, y'all? Become who you are. I'm working on it. Become who you are. Tasty Quiche.